Good morning, dear friends. Myself, Dr. Vikrant Sudhakar Palekar. I am working as an assistant professor in Gokhale Education Society's Arts, Commerce and Science College, Jawar, Palghar. Today, I am going to discuss a topic from TY Basic class from Organic Chemistry paper for semester 5 from the unit number 3, IUPAC nomenclature. This particular topic is not new to students, as this topic they are studying from 11th standard. But in this particular paper, you have to study the IUPAC nomenclature of bicyclic system. In your earlier classes, you have studied the nomenclature of acyclic compounds, monocyclic compounds. They may be aliphatic, aromatic or heterocyclic compounds. In order to give the nomenclature, we have to remember certain rules which are given by IUPAC system. So let us see what is IUPAC system. It is having full form International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. So what is this particular system? As we know that as the compounds were found in the nature, earlier they have been named from the natural source from which they are obtained. But later on they are quite creating confusion and misinformation among the scientific community. So in order to have the systematic naming and uniformity throughout the universal, the IUPAC system come forward with certain rules by which we can give the nomenclature or names to organic compound. As we know that when we want to give the IUPAC names to any organic compounds, we have to see its basic things. What? It has three parts. What are the three parts they are having? One is prefix, then parent, then suffix. These are the three parts you will find in IUPAC name of any organic compound. Just like our names, as in our name we have our name first, then our father's names, then family name. So we will see one by one how these parts are. Prefix generally contain a part from the substituent. Many times the position and name of the substituent. Suppose the compound is 2-chloropropane. So 2-chloro is the prefix, that is the substituent. Then parent. Parent means from the number of carbons it has, we have to derive. In the propane we have prop, this is a parent name. And the suffix, based upon the functionality it has, we have to use the suffix. For alkane we have to use ANE. So remember students, for giving the IUPAC nomenclature, three basic parts you have to remember: prefix, parent and suffix. As we know that in order to give the nomenclature we have to remember simple rules. As you have studied in earlier classes, there are 5 simple rules we have to remember. Suppose this is a structure. In order to give the nomenclature, we have to first identify parent and substituent, that is suffix and parent compound. So the rule number first, as what it tells, select a longest continuous chain which contain maximum or highest number of carbons. So you have to choose that longest continuous chain. Then you have to identify the substituents. What are the substituents present in this particular longest continuous chain? You have to identify. If the substituent is contain more than 2 times, then we have to use the word di. Okay, this is how we have to give the name to organic compound. Let us see one by one examples. Suppose this is a compound cyclopropyl butane. There are 2 parts, one is substituent and another is parent. So first thing we have to remember which particular part we have to assign as a substituent and which particular part we have to assign as a parent. So remember, parent is the one compound which contain maximum or highest number of atoms, basically carbon atom. Suppose this is a compound. So this particular part is contain 4 carbons. So that why butane becomes a parent and this side chain become the substituent which has shown in the green part. So, cyclopropyl butane. Then let us say suppose this compound propyl cyclohexane. So, it contains a substituent which has 3 carbons. So, propyl, 3 carbons means propyl. So, what is the naming? Alkyl cycloalkane, we have to remember in case of the hydrocarbons. Remember the rules what I have mentioned only. I will repeat once again, remember the rules. First thing, you have to select a longest continuous chain which contain highest number of carbons. Then if the compound is branched one, if it contains the substituent, then the rule number second, start numbering from that end so that the substituent should get minimum number. So, once you select the longest continuous chain, then you have to start numbering from that end so that substituent should get minimum or lowest number. Okay, this is our priority. If the substituent is more than 2, suppose it is the same, then you have to use the word di. If it is a different, then you have to follow the alphabetical order. So, these are the simple rules you have to remember in order to give the IUPAC nomenclature. As we know that in organic chemistry there are n number of compounds and every compound is being identified with the help of functional group, and we know that functional group are the characteristics group in the organic molecules. So, in order to give the nomenclature, we have to identify the suffix part, sorry. Suppose the compound is alkane, then we have to use the suffix ane. Suppose if the compound is contain carbon-carbon double bond, then you have to use suffix ene. Suppose it is alkyne, yne. Suppose if it is arene, then you have to use alkyl benzene, such as. Suppose it is alkyl halide, then you have to use haloalkane. In case of the alcohols, you have to use the word last letter OL. Then for aldehydes, al, ketones, ONE, carboxylic acid, oic. So, once you see the structure, first of all you should find out functional group, which kind of functional group that particular molecule belongs. So, then you can easily identify the suffix. We will see some of the suffix. For carboxylic acid we have to use oic acid. For esters we have to use oate, amides, amide, nitrile, nitrile. If your compound is from aldehyde family, then you have to use the suffix al. For ketones you have to use one. For again alkenes ene, and so that you have to remember the suffix what you want to use. As we know that organic compounds being classified as a open chain compound and closed chain compound. So, open chain basically compounds are acyclic compounds. They may be either alkane or alkenes. So, these are the simple compounds. Its IUPAC nomenclature you have seen in earlier classes. For closed chain compounds may be homocyclic or heterocyclic. Heterocyclic nomenclature you might be seen in case of the furan, pyrrole, thiophene. Acyclic, the acyclic compound may be cyclic compounds. So, in order to give the nomenclature to cyclic compound, we have to use first word cyclo and then the number of atoms present. Based upon that we have to identify the parent compound. Then aromatic compounds may be benzenide or may be non-benzenide. So, this is how we have to remember. Now, we will see revise IUPAC nomenclature for some of the systems. The example what I have shown in this particular slide, they are disubstituted benzene compounds. Let us say, suppose this is a first compound, it is having the substituent chloro, but I can see the chloro present for 2 times. So, it is a 1,2-dichlorobenzene. As we know that 1,2 position is also called as ortho. Then next compound, this one is the (1,3). So, 1,3-dichloropropane, then 1,4, then 1-bromo, 3-chloro. Suppose if your substituent is different, then you have to follow the alphabetical order. While giving the numbering also, you have to make sure that the substance should get minimum number, 1 bromo 3 chlorobenzene, then 2 bromo toluene, such way, then from 1 to dimethyl. So these are the some examples. You can see the nomenclature of these compounds. Now we will see some of the commercial compounds. Toluene. Toluene is the commercial name, but its IUPAC name is methylbenzene. So you have to also remember some of the commercial name like toluene, styrene, benzoic acid, benzaldehyde, acetophenone. So now these these structures are quite familiar to you. Benzonitrile, phenol, anisole, aniline, benzene sulfonic acid. You have to see the nomenclature. Now we will come to know about actual syllabus. For TYBSc class, you will be having the IUPAC nomenclature for bicyclic compounds, biphenyl, cumulene and quinolines. In this video, we will cover only the bicyclic part. So first we will see what are the bicyclic compounds. The word bicyclic, bi means two, cycle means more than two systems. So the cyclic compounds having two or more than two ring system are called as a bicyclic compounds. Basically it should contain only two rings. What is the example? The example, this particular example. Here we can clearly see there are two rings are present. So this particular compound is from the bicyclic family. Okay, this structure also we can write in this way. Okay, so we have to remember in case of the bicyclic compound, these are two rings. These two rings may be alicyclic or may be aromatic or combination of both. In bicyclic compounds, we know that two rings share two adjacent atoms. Okay, so there are only two atoms which are common to both the rings. Okay, they are called as a adjacent atoms, and we will see the nomenclature of bicyclic compounds. The bicyclic compounds are classified in two ways, where you will find these two rings are joined by means of a single covalent bond. Remember, first type is where two rings are joined by means of a single covalent bond. This particular single covalent bond, here you can see, here you can see. So this single covalent bond just act as a bridge in between the two. So let us see first example, biphenyl, where you will find the two benzene rings. They are connected by means of a single bond. How we can nomenclate? Biphenyl. Bi means two and phenyl ring is having. So this is how we can give. If the two phenyl rings are connected by means of a single bond, these are called a biphenyl. Then the second structure, cyclohexyl benzene. So one part is cyclohexane ring and another part is benzene ring. So how we can name? Cyclo. So this particular part will be just like a substituent. So this is a cyclohexyl benzene. So while giving the names to such kind of compounds, we have to remember the rules, IUPAC rules, bicyclic system. So listen carefully, such compounds are named by considering the larger ring as the parent compound and the smaller ring as a substituent. Remember, here we have to assign only two parts. One is substituent and another is parent. I will repeat. In order to find the parent compound must be larger ring, larger in terms of the atoms. It must contain highest number of carbon than that of the substituent. So your larger ring will act as a parent while smaller ring act as a substituent. So here you can find. So this particular ring contain how many carbons? 6 carbon. So it will act as a parent, 6 carbons. That's why what we have to remember, cyclohexane. This particular part is cyclohexane, and this particular ring contain how many carbons? 5 carbons. So it will become the smaller ring. So how we can, what is the IUPAC name for this compound? Cyclopentyl cyclohexane. So this is a nomenclature. So cyclopentyl will be the smaller ring and cyclohexane will be the larger ring. This is how we can give the nomenclature to bicyclic compounds where the two rings are joined by means of a single covalent bond. Now we will see one by one examples. Let us see first example. In this first example, what we can see, instead of ring you can consider the CH2 groups also. So here you can see both the rings contain equivalent number of carbons. This ring also contain 3 carbons. This ring also contain 3 carbons. So what is the name? Cyclopropyl cyclopropane. Remember, one ring, if I will repeat, if both the rings contain same number of carbons, then any one of the ring you have to consider as a smaller ring and other ring you have to consider as a parent. So what will be your name? Cyclopropyl cyclopropane. Okay. Now we will see this particular structure. So for this structure I can see both the rings again contain the equal number of carbons. How many carbons in this ring? 4. In this ring also 4. So it will be, what is the name? Cyclobutyl cyclobutane. Remember the template. What is the template? Cycloalkyl cycloalkane. I will repeat, cycloalkyl cycloalkane. So smaller ring must be cycloalkyl and larger ring must be parent one. See this particular structure. When I see this structure, I can see one ring contain 3 carbon while another ring contain 4 carbon. So smaller ring I have to consider as a alkyl. So what will the name? Cyclopropyl cyclobutane. Okay. Next one, F example. In F example, what we can see, one ring contains 3 carbon while another ring contains 5 carbon. So 3 ring means propyl, but it is cyclic one. So I have to use word cyclopropyl and cyclopentane. So this one will be this name. What is the name for F structure? Cyclopropyl cyclopentane. For next, you have to find the number of carbons in smaller ring 4, the number of carbons in larger ring 5. So what will the name? Cyclobutyl cyclopentane. Okay. Then in structure number G, this structure, one part contain 3 carbon while another part contain 5 carbon. So what will be name? Cyclopropyl cyclohexane. Okay, right. Then next, this structure. Okay, this ring contains 4 carbons while this ring contains 6 carbon. So what will the name? Cyclobutyl cyclohexane. Okay, very simple. Now for this structure, H, one ring. This particular ring contains 5 carbons, this particular ring contains 6 carbon. So what will the name? Cyclopentyl cyclohexane. So this is how you can give the nomenclature. This structures also you can write in another way, where you can just write the cyclic rings, 3 member, 4 member, 5 member or 6 members. So any how you can write the structures. So remember the nomenclature for the bicyclic compounds, where you will have the 2 rings. You have to first assign the smaller ring and then next assign the larger ring. So larger ring will be the parent and smaller ring will be just like a substituent. So what is a template you have to remember? Just like in case of the alkane, we remember the A and E. In this case, we have to remember cycloalkyl cycloalkanes, right? In that way. So this is how we can give the nomenclature for the bicyclic compounds, where you will find the 2 rings are joined by means of a single bond. You can practice for the more examples, try to write the structures and try to write the names of the compound. You can do vice versa. You can write first the structure, there might be questions in question in the examination. Write the structure of cyclopropyl cyclohexane, for example, cyclopropyl cyclohexane. So vice versa also you can write, from the name to structure or from structure to name. So you have to remember the basic rules. Try the with more